Yo, what up, everybody? It's Total Set of Sports. It's Anthony Fallon. All right, we got week 4 out of the way. We came away with a victory. Man, like the title said, it was like I drew the game plan myself. Because in my previous video, before the game that Sunday morning, I talked about putting pressure on Matthew Stafford if we don't get sick. But not only did we apply the pressure, he got some sacks. Got 3 of them things, boy. Good game. You know? But also Tyrone Crawford was in the backfield. Jalen Smith was in the backfield. You know, getting Stafford off his square early and often too. You know, the sacks didn't come till later. And we moved the ball. We started off slow. But once we got that first impact play, even though the ground game was good, you know, Zeke didn't score any rushing touchdowns. But that's what I was talking about, you know, in my previous video, you know, the run game is not as explosive if Zeke is not getting touchdowns or hitting those big yards and stuff. And he got some chunk plays in the run game. So that's what I'm talking about, that, you know, that 20 plus yards on one run. He got a 41 yarder, something like that. But not only that, that screen that took him in for a receiving touchdown. That was impact play through running through Zeke. You know, that's like an extended handoff. And not only the catch. The catch was the icing on the cake. And credit to Dak, put that ball where it was catchable this time. And how about the Romo effect, where he fumbles the ball, the snap right before that, he fumbles the ball, picks it up, and throw it out of bounds. I'm glad he used his head on that one, because it was a couple of times like that, like in the beginning of the third quarter, when we got the ball back on that first drive, we was almost in scoring range. And Dak should have threw that ball away, but he took a sack. And then the second time, instead of him throwing the ball away, he just runs out of bounds. You know, it could have put us in better position. The score would have been a lot higher. And matter of fact, it wouldn't have came down to crunch time. But Cowboys win in dramatic fashion, and that's how they're going to win. Because, like I said in previous videos, even before my the one I did Sunday, what's going to happen when the offense is going to have to pick up the slack of the defense when we face one of the high-end quarterbacks? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Matthew Stafford record doesn't really show overall, but he's good at fourth quarter. He's good at fourth quarter comebacks, and like I said, he has a knack for lighting Dallas ass up, and he lit us up. To be honest with you, because we almost lost that game. He lit us up real well, but we withstood the punches. We hung in there. We kept our composure. And everything. That's right there. Man, matter of fact, one of the other things I spoke of Sunday before the game, my pregame video, we played a clean game. See what happens when we play a clean game, when we play discipline. We only had 2 penalties the whole game. That was one of the main factors, and the reason why we got ahead throughout the whole game, that we stayed ahead for most of the game. You know? It's because of the fact that we cut down on the penalties. It's a big difference. See, it's those details, those small little details that makes a big difference. That's just like saying some of the biggest words are some of the smallest words, like if. You know? Yeah. But I gotta say that was a very good win, very entertaining. And you know, I couldn't even watch the game. I was driving. I was listening to it on my XM radio. So it was good to hear the commentary saying what set they was in or what coverage they was in, and I could see it in my head. You know what I'm saying? So it allowed me to use my imagination, being able to see the game without even watching it. So commentary, sometimes it's best to just listen to the game, especially when you have some intimate knowledge of football. But I'm gonna also say it looked like that. You know, and it brings Dak help brings his intangibles into the light. That's why we can't give up on Dak. Everybody's not gonna get into their groove their third year. Matter of fact, I was watching a couple of hours ago while I was driving. He sat on the bench 3 years. Sat on the bench for 3 years. He didn't start until week 8. So this is Dak's third year. So I give him about a year of going through growing pains where we're going to see a improved Dak. And especially if they keep these, you know, the majority of the receivers, you know, maybe have some more, maybe add some more explosive receivers, or you know, just some playmakers on the offensive side, especially in the receiving corps. I'd be glad when they play Bryce Butler, and like I said, I think it's kind of stupid to bring him back and just have him fit that role of opening of opening the top of the defense. However they say it, you know, going deep, whatever. Just simply having them a streak route, 9 route, whatever you want to call it. And let that man play. If you're gonna bring him back, let him prove himself where he wants to be on the field, making plays. But good thing we was able to win without him. So we'll see going forward. And now we're a quarter in. Like I said, it was going to take the whole month of September for us to get into this groove. To get into a groove. We saw good plays. We saw explosive plays. We saw some creativity. So we got to trust the process, and every game plan is going to be different. You're not going to get RPOs in every game. What I think Dak should be doing is, if he don't see a passing play, if he feel like the receivers are not open, just improvise and just run. If he can get yardage, that's more devastating to a defense than anything. And it's going to force them to drop a linebacker out of zone and play spy. So therefore, it'll open up the passing lanes even more. So that's real good. And how about Van Der Esch? Here, when Detroit tried to run that screen, he blew that shit up. Then right after that, he made 2 more plays in the run game. Hey, Sean Lee's last year. I don't think he can stay healthy. I said it earlier. I said it earlier before the season about that hamstring. It's more of a chronic condition. The hamstring is shot. No issue. So I gotta see who we play in week 5. But I know we're gonna have the Saints. I know we're gonna have Atlanta. We're gonna have Jacksonville. Then we got to play Tennessee, and of course within our division, it's never going to be easy, regardless of the record, whether it's good or bad, whether it's Eagles, Giants, or the Redskins. So we got some games ahead of us, y'all. We got some games ahead of us. And you think that Lions game? Oh my gosh. Yeah. That was pulling the ass. Look, think about the quarterbacks we got to face. Drew Brees, for one thing. Matt Ryan. Not so much Mariota, but Mariota will light your ass up because he'll run too, you know. But that defense, that Tennessee defense, Jacksonville and their defense, and occasionally Blake Bortles will light it up too, as he have done this season. And our defense, like I said, we can't yet, because our weakest link now in the defense is the strong safety. We need a playmaking strong safety. We need a strong safety that can play both pass and the run. That's why we should have got Eric Reed. But the Cowboys won't be on this high horse shit about the damn, him protesting or doing the kneeling shit. Who gives a fuck, you know? We out here to play. We out here to win games. And he would have been a perfect fit. He would have been a perfect fit. I like Jeff Heath, but he's not an Eric Reed. Eric Reed is far better, far more talented, far more versatile. But that's neither here nor there. He's on Carolina Panthers now. I'm just saying, in hindsight. So we're gonna definitely we need a strong safety that's gonna be highly talented, and we don't let two slip through the draft. With Darwin James, and he's playing corner now, but Jalen Ramsey could have also played safety, or any corner, safe, or either safety spot, because he plays that physical. You know, but I think we need a talented safety, a highly talented safety, and I like my safeties, 6'2", 6'3", 214, something like that, 220, but athletic, that Sean Taylor, that Cam Chancellor like 245, something like that. Virginia product, you know what I'm saying? We breed them athletes out there, them hybrids, you feel me? But play smart and know, but know how to play his position. So we'll see, and I hope Jeff Heath will be alright because Frazier definitely can't play don't know how to play. He don't zone. He don't know how to play the passing game too well. I'm not saying that he can't learn, but we are being exposed. that our last line of defense is weak. And why aren't they playing Jordan Lewis? That's what I want to know. Play Jordan Lewis. I like Anthony Brown, but play some of Jordan. Play a little bit of Jordan Lewis too. Let him switch up. Cause damn, that damn Golden Tate was handing it to us, and Galladay was definitely handing it to Cheeto Bay. You know, they ain't no small boy either. Galladay ain't no small dude, man. Got speed and he's physical, and he can run routes. And then you got a perennial quarterback with a laser arm that get that ball to him in a hurry. That's highly accurate and very efficient. So, I guess my next video will probably be coming sometime this week. Probably close towards the weekend. You know, I don't try to go every day with this, but I just wanted to congratulate the boys for playing a good game, winning in dramatic fashion. Maher, congrats. Keep it up. Dak, you look good. Oh, and one other point I want to make. You know, everybody talked about Dak having thrown for over 200 yards. Well, he's thrown over 200 yards. But I don't care if he threw for 150. But if he threw for 150, but he got threw for 3 touchdowns, ran for 1, you know, something like that. The touchdowns is what matter. Fuck the yards. And completion percentage. How many passes are he completing? Because if the defense is doing well and putting them in position and putting them and shorten the field for them, he's not going to have a lot of yards anyway. But if his touchdown to interception ratio is up and his completion percentage is high, that's game over. Shit, he can throw for 150 and 4 touchdowns. Oh, 175, you know what I'm saying? And Zeke getting those touches, but he's scoring. Touchdowns is what matter. I don't care how many touches Zeke get. But if he score, but if he get 10 touches, but got 2 touchdowns and only 100 yards, that's a good day, because maybe out of the 100 yards, two and on those scoring touchdowns, they might have been 40-yard, 50-yard runs. You know what I'm saying? 30-yard runs. It might have been one big play, you know, where he run for like 70 yards. Touchdowns is what matter. Well, hey, look, hey, Cowboy fans, we got a long ways to go. We got to grind this thing out. Defense, y'all got to show and prove. We need to get them turnovers, not just sacks. We need to start producing some turnovers. So now that the offense is starting to catch up, defense got to elevate their play. They got to take their play to the next level, and that's turnovers. Turnovers for touchdown. Turnovers with better field possession for the offense. More explosive plays in the running game and the passing game. Off of play action. Now that's one thing got to be consistent in every game plan. Because we've been having, in the last 4 weeks, the running game has been pretty steady. Run that play action. Y'all did it in week 4. Run that play action. So we can get those explosive plays. But Cowboy fans, stay patient. It's a long season. Endurance and throughout this duration of this season, we're gonna have to remain calm. Our game, we're gonna win ugly this year. We're gonna win real ugly. And let these boys keep building this momentum. We at 500% now. Let's get this next let's stay focused on to the next week. Let's draw this game plan again. Let's see if we come out with a victory. It's Tone Center Sports, y'all. I'm Anthony Fallon. Peace.